Hi everyone, hi chat, hi gamers. How's everyone doing? Everyone's doing good. Sorry, I was a bit late. Well, not that late actually. I had 3 meetings today. One in 9 a.m. in the morning. The second one is around 10 in the morning, which I know is a weird time. And then the third one is at 3 p.m. in the morning. 3 p.m. in the morning. That's a sentence I just said. Is 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm also still currently reading this. I just started, so I haven't gone far through it. I have no opinion of it yet. Well, I have some opinion of it, but not much yet. Is this? World Eaters? How venture capital is cannibalizing the economy. Cannibalizing? Is it cannibalizing? Yeah. It's by Catherine Bracy. It's someone who also worked on... How do I say this? It's someone who worked also in the US politics, so I need to take this with a heavy grain of salt because those people, you cannot trust them too much for obvious reason. You don't know Western imperialist history. Well, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, tonight I'm playing this. What Remains of Edith Finch. I don't know anything about this game. I don't even know that it's in 3D or in FPS. Is that Chinese takeout? That looks good. Very nice. Okay. Right hand is injured and I'm supposed to open this book. Okay, I think it's...
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay, wait. Okay. That's a house, I guess. Damn.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay. What a cool mailbox.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Losing your family at such a young age.
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Okay. I'm already lost. As someone with such a blind direction like me, going to the forest feels
The
like a
woods around
death
the house
sentence.
have always been uncomfortably silent,
Really?
as if they're about to say something but never do.
Never considered the forest as being silent. Well, maybe not the noises that the city made, but you know, the noises that the woods made. Animals, trees, leaves, birds.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
A crazy looking
As a
house.
child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Oh, well, yes.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
Okay.
I was afraid of the house.
Well, again, yes. Gary spotting mix. Plus fertilizer. With Micromax. Sorry about that.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Okay. This is just... God damn, this chair is everywhere. I swear to God. Isn't there a video on YouTube explaining why this chair is so universal? I really need to watch that. Where am I supposed to go? Maybe he can open this car. I guess not. Is there a way to the back of the house? Hey. Somebody didn't throw that can properly. Also, one of the chair fell down. And what the Is that an alligator? Made of wood? A dragon even. Huh.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond.
Yeah, the dragon, yeah.
She said it had killed her husband.
Oh,
I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me even then.
well. Her family did make that. In a fiction, it looks cool. But in real life, can you imagine having a house like this? When the wind blows, everything must rattle. Well,
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
oh,
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
damn. Oh yeah, I forgot that I listened to the songs in the album too. It's really good. If you like good music, go listen to the album. There was a period of my life where to read books in order to be able to focus more while reading. I listened to a lot of
For the first
soundtracks.
time in years, I felt like I was home.
Yes, nice.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
That's okay. Last night, I guess. Edie Dawn Louis. Louis died, right? Yeah. Sorry about that. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great grandson to Edie. Memorial Service, Finch Family Cemetery, 2141, Firewood Road. Oh, books. Taming the Sea, a fisherman guide. Something that got cut off. The Book of Mushrooms. Nothing I know. A Viking's Belly, The Holiday Feast, Witch's Kitchen, The Nordic Cookbook. A lot of cooking book, which makes sense since it was put in the kitchen. Some of them are duplicates. Cosmic Cuisine, what the fuck? Like for India, Tasting Island, and then suddenly there's Cosmic Cuisine.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Hey, it could be worse.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh. Hey, the cat got a feast.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Why didn't... Yeah, they didn't even clean the plate and the bowl. They're still left over from the takeaways at the plates. ED. So ED was already old enough to need oxygen. They've been gone through a lot of things.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
So AI then.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
I wonder if it's comfortable having a house with this many books. I read a lot of books, but most of them I try to sell, and some of them I donated to places that feels like they can use them.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with
He
the rest
built
of the
this?
house.
He built the house too? What? That's so cool.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Oh.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
What is wrong with your grandma?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Hey. You got to get rid of some of these books. This
After
is
Milton
getting ridiculous.
disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Open.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Ooh. What? I did not expect that.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Is dragon real? Introducing Barbara Finch.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
That's the actual picture of the Bigfoot that is famous.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
They even left the wines. Barbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
The King in Yellow. Damn. And Necronomicon. The 100 Years of Solitude. Hey. Now this is my kind of book. Metamorphosis. Another 2 packets. Okay. Guess. Time to go here.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
This leads to Molly's room.
I
Yeah,
grew up
Molly.
looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Yeah, the hamster or
Molly's
something.
gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own
Gerbil.
even tinier gerbil cage.
The Call of the Wild. 9 Life.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, this does look nice. Yeah. Jellyfish plushie. I know why that's so cool. Orcas Island Calls.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
Terraria. No, Terraria is the game. Terranum? Something with flash. I just feel like that. So she likes nature, she likes fishes. Looks like she want to go on an adventure in the wild. There's even a book of Call of the Wild, right? There's also Macbeth, and so I don't know if the book is part of the storytelling. This is really great environment storytelling though. Not? It is.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind.
Oh!
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Uh-huh.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh. Huh? Oh. Excuse me?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Okay.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
No, 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 no. Let's go out. Find some real food.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Who locked their children's room?
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Okay.
I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Okay.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Okay. Edith was from animals, apparently.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Tiger. A car. A windmill. Can I hit it?
A mama rabbit. She
I
was
missed the first
almost
one.
too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh? Excuse me, I'm Blaha.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Ah, that's
I was
how shark
hungrier
got into
than
the
ever.
ocean. Okay. Oh,
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
like that.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Okay, good for you, shark.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh,
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor, and no more. What shall I do with a drunken sailor? What shall I do with a drunken sailor. What shall we do with a drunken sailor?
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Okay.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
You smell shit. Oh.
I got closer and closer.
Your own room. Okay, can go there.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
He's afraid of the monster under the bed. That's so.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
That's so cute. Okay.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Can you name your cat Molly too?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Hmm.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Her room was like a museum.
Edith Finch joining the great majority. And Eddie. Mummification on memory. The old breed. I guess it kind of makes sense that yeah, it kind of makes sense that Molly's room has a lot of books about nature. In here, there's a lot of book that feels more superstitious, I guess. See, mystery of death and thereafter. So the books are part of
Louis died a
environment
week before we
storytelling.
left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Conspiracy now. Molly concepts. Es Jorge Luis Borges. Built 1937. Sven Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Dragon kill Finch. Sven. Taxidermy.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. It's a lot. I guess, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, she doesn't fall asleep in the bathtub, right? I think that's the next scene, so I want to check this first.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
With what? Huh?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Norwegian folk tales. Okay.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Coffin Vince. Couple turns land into native haven.
Ben gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Oh. That's cool. Okay. Who owns this room? Is it Calvin? Secret Life of War Photographer. Oh. No. Sam Finch, most improved player. Captured the 5 Grand General.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
Oh. Here's the next area. Samuel Finch. Must be nice that you have command center. You have all this life of your family that you never knew. Mr. Martian, lift off the camera, the negative, the devil's flame. So this is the room of the twin? Yeah. One of them like armies, military and so forth. The other one like space and robots. It's crazy how different people are.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh,
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming! But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
How about Sam?
After the
Also-
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
I haven't put anything on ED. Did I miss anything? Or is it just not the time yet? Also, take off your shoe, man.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Yeah, maybe it's just not time yet. It's kinda nice if you have a house like this and then you just don't check every corner. I may even take off some of the poster in the painting just to see, or at least group and some of them.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Shortcut.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
This is Barbara. Oh. Sorry about that. Seattle Starlets. Her favorite is that one. The red carpet. Breaking in. Free from school. Agnes. Shapeshifter. Greek Tales. Alice in Wonderland. Oliver's Twist. The Hollywood Workout. So a couple of very mainstream favorites. There's even Siddhartha there. Siddhartha is really good if you haven't read it. I think it's one of my favorite book of all time. The Poetic Odyssey is also really good if you like Greek. Alice in Wonderland I haven't gotten a chance to read. Into the Wild I also haven't gotten a chance to read, but that's on my reading list. Skydan Hi-Fi.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Happy birthday, Barbara. Yeah, I guess so. Now she's smoking. There's popcorn on the floor. That's what happened with a lot of these places, right? The one that offer a life of idols and fame everywhere in the world is a problem. Hollywood, Korean, Chinese, Japan, idol industry, everything. Most of them just give you a dream and then spit you back out as a reject. That whole story.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Huh?
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend,
Huh?
Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Okay.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Okay.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept
Good.
a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
so what the hell? The game made a different artwork just for this scene. Art design, I mean. Art direction. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure. Skateboarder. I mean, Chew.
Walter, are you there?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And when he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh. Oh.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Why am I moving so slowly? Is he gone? Yeah, he's
The
gone.
hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Hmm?
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Okay.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
What the fuck?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay, I have to go check the basement, I guess. Yeah.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
What the hell did I got myself into? If I were to play this like what they instructed me to at the start, would I get this? That's cool if it did. There's a pool table and everything. Laundry, of course. Snug tie.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Dragon.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
It's too dark.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Huh. You follow it?
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
What the fuck?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Okay.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Did Walter become a Tomb Preppers? Yeah. He's still here? Ah, he's building hotel train. Breaking the curse, spiritual warfare, surviving death, the Finch curse, Barbara Finch child star, bootstrapping, ritual survival. So Walter become obsessed with the ghost of Barbara. Isolation syndrome echoes from afar. Exorcism. No. What the fuck? No.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Excuse me?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
I don't think sane is the right word for whatever
today.
you're doing here.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
John?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
Okay.
Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Okay.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
He got out, right? I want to find his dead body down there, right?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
But
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
with the sauce and the
But
same
if she
book.
never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Did he also, take out what he eat down here?
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Cheers. Huh?
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Okay.
But I thought you should know about your family.
That's what you need.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I am a bit lost now.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
The house does look crazy. And it's even crazier on the inside. Just nuts if you think about it.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
It happens.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Terpi Junior. Zerpi lerpi furpi cerpi berpi derpi. Okay. Saji, Shadow, Oliver, Christopher, Bob, Rock, Edie.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Barbara Finch, Walter Finch, Edie Finch, Sven Finch. Oh, need deck. Huh? Calvin and Molly.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Yeah.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory Finch, Sam Finch, Gus Finch.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Jay Kumar, Lewis Finch, Yatan Finch. Terus Sanjay.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
You guys need to communicate better.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Huh? What? Huh? You can't just
I
drop
never
that
met
out on the
Prince
ladder.
Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Drop in. Why are there two propane here? Propane tank here.
They were both pretty intense.
So one of your hand was broken in the ship, so I'm guessing something happened. Sam, US Marine.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
I'm over here, Dad.
Just need to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can hit the road.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Where am I supposed to take picture? Oh, was just testing buttons. What are we looking for? Bigfoot?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Aw.
Hey, bird.
Nothing quite like being outside.
Oh. I'm desperate here, okay?
Oop. A little more gas in the tank, I guess.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
Sam, you idiot.
Of all all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Everyone's so busy surviving that they kind of forgot to live.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah. He had to start. He had to try to feel tough somewhat because of his fear of mortality, fear of death. I think that's why he also joined the army. A lot of people wanted to feel tough by joining the army. Feeling like maybe you're entering the so-called toughest place in the world. Machoism, right? Constitution, astronaut, inner barracks. Yeah. Unfortunate.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Divorce contract. Okay, Carlisle. So from the Twilight and Sam Finch from this game.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Yeah, this little duck.
That time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Okay.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Ooh.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. I know you did everything you could.
What?
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh. Wait. Oh. Wait. Wait. Wait.
There's so much
Wait.
I don't
Wait. Wait.
understand about Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
He drowned.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Okay.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. Make this pride.
Attack!
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Huh?
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
No, not thunder, not thunder.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father
It reminds
said
me of
was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone.
Jean jacket?
Just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
Ooh.
But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Down goes Greg. Be a baby. Jump rope, jumping jack, push up, crunches. The astronaut. Goblin and Ghoul. Roy play manual. Strength, respect, teamwork. Can I? How do I go up there? Here?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
So down is the mother. Edith's mother.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
That's where Sanjay came from.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
10 ways to teach critical thinking. Copy passport, midweek relief, after school teaching. There's also volunteer there, Down Finch. Where helping hands create safe places.
Lewis was born a year later.
Ah, the brother.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Edith, Anton, Louise.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Or family history, fact or fiction? Analyze objectively, never stop learning, assume nothing, respect criticism, ask tough questions. That's good.
But it didn't last.
That's my homework. So she's homeschooled then? To teach and to learn. Down Finch. Huh. Her mother wrote the book. Relief efforts and in disaster. Odin Finch.
beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Okay. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. A door.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
And transition. No. How thick is this book? Oh, so the door downstairs, the secret door.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Yeah. No, just a painting.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Louis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room.
Because marijuana.
Except Louis. Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Oh. No, I didn't even press forward. I just looked behind me. Ooh, PlayStation 1 or Nintendo NES.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Yeah, Roma. Damn. This keyboard is better than mine.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Ooh,
I worried about him then.
that's cool.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke
Yeah.
with his boss.
Could be dangerous.
But
for
he
his
said
health.
Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
That's imaginary new friend.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Okay.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Oh.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
And what does he
He held
wish?
an election for mayor. And he won.
Oh. Hey, Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Dystopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Okay. It's a bit harder to navigate.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
It's association. Really petty association.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar? What?
electric sitar.
What?
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
And then what happened?
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
So we
But he
become
was so
third person
proud of
view.
having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
A god? Usually that's the way it goes,
Someone
right?
who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
This is the cannery. The quote-unquote real world. Imperial Palace. The restaurant that they order from. The only one that send delivery.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Yes.
I still thought I could save him. even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Faceless companions. You don't need to have...
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
all of this. Everyone is celebrating you, liking you. You just need to have a few friends in life. That's sometimes that's the best you can ask.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
It was much
There
more
was only
disturbing.
one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh. No.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That's kind of a fuck up letter for a psychiatrist to wrote to the mother of her patient.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Yeah.
But I understand why we left.
Yeah, I also understand why she wanted to leave all of that.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Maybe. It's also the story of a dying city, right? Because the place only had one restaurant that delivers food. That also means that there are less job opportunities in the place. Because
but it had to end one way or another.
the place itself is dying. The city is dying.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Why am I suddenly small? That's cool.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Oh, Edie.
Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Well, yeah.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Huh?
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Huh?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
The deer?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Wait. That feels familiar.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Oh yes, she's pregnant, right?
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck. That's a really good story. It's a story about loss, right? About grieving, about a family that may or may not be cursed. But I think everyone can relate on it in some shape or form, even if it's not to the level of this intensity, because a lot of them are just people living their life and then experiencing some of the things in these stories. The video that I released today for my channel, which is the book written by Refat Alarar, is also someone who survived by stories, by telling stories, by hearing stories from his parents, his grandparents, and he survived in the most horrible condition in Palestine by sharing these stories to people who wanted to hear them. So I think games like this that have the theme of sharing stories hits hard, because everyone at some level wanted to tell their stories, right? Want people to hear their stories. It's why people can get lonely, because they don't have anyone that listen to their stories. That's why people sometimes go to these streams or do these streams, because they want their stories to be heard by someone, to be seen by someone.
It's a really good game. I hope they make more. Which makes me kinda sad that Annapurna Interactive is gone now. Well, partially gone. So I don't know if this kind of games will still be made in this level of quality. I think they will. It's just I hope they get the attention they deserve and well, the money they deserve for creating such amazing stories. Trick or treat, smell my feet, what? The end. Daytime. Dawn is nowhere near in here though. That's kinda sad. Oh, Dawn is here. Okay. And Edie is down there. What a story. Okay. That's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in next stream. Tomorrow I think I'll stream something else, but we'll see. Because even today I didn't think that I was going to stream because of how busy I was. But thankfully I did because this is such a good game. I'm glad I played it. That's about it for me. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.